Hey, what's up folks? Seems we meet again on this fine Tuesday. Actually getting this done really late in the day today. Yesterday's YouTube upload was a whole ass experience. I started the upload at 5 p.m. and by 6 a.m. my time this morning, it still had around 30% left to go to be uploaded. To say I felt pissed this morning was an understatement for real. So I cruised off to get some high premium data. For those of you who have good resources out there, can we just take a moment and let me ask you to please, with a capital P, take advantage of it, right? I would love to hear what everyone's upload and download speed is down in the comments, and even more importantly, if you don't mind sharing what you actually pay for your data, because like I said, I went to get premium data because we have a few variations out this way. My normal ADSL at home works for the basics, but not really for uploads and downloads, and the monthly fee is still up there versus the rest of the world, although not too bad. But if I pay for the data to upload this whole series, okay, and keep record of it over in my drive, because I like to keep everything, over in my folders there, we're talking around $300 to $400. It's bloody nuts, right? So when I say I'm committed, you best believe it's on another level out here. And after loading it, I managed to get it up on the tubes before the clock struck 7 a.m. my time. So still within US time of it being loaded on the right day, and that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anywho, before I completely squirrel off, let's dive into day 14 of the 30 videos in 30-day challenge, almost at that halfway mark of this marathon. And today we're going to dive on a bit of content insights. Fondly named this topic Content for Dummies because I was taken back to creating roots today over on IG. So if you've missed the first few days of this series, you would have heard me talk about an investment that I've just made for an IG course to really get some clarity on how Reels perform and work, because although I repurpose a shit ton of content, a lot of it is not platform optimized, and with the shake up on TikTok lately, I actually thought it would be good to take another couple of platforms seriously, so one being IG and also looking into YouTube. I really love both platforms and can see the opportunity that exists on both of them with the right formula. Like anything, like I've discussed on many of the series, over the last few days, you have to have a proven system and a proven pathway, and it really collapses timeframes and really starts to get you results. So I truly believe in that myself. So I found an IG genius to help me, and really starting to get things going. Probably going to document a lot of my experience over in the Hunters Content Bootcamp for my clients and get into the nits and grits of what's actually working, what's not working, what's testing, the data, what I'm testing, the data I'm getting back, etc. And I wanted to touch on the fact, especially for folks starting out, that your content does not need to be complex or complicated. I think there's this massive misconception that you have to be a content guru before you even get going and strive for perfection in your content, whereas it's not the case, right? I remember when I first shot my very first short form video and how bloody uncomfortable it made me feel, right? And I had a heap of question marks like, where do I hit record? Okay, how do I actually add filters? How do I add trending sounds to my video? Where can I find different features? How many hashtags must I use? What should I say in the captions or the descriptions on the actual video itself? How could I make it look a bit more professional? And some of the best advice I ever got, which I shout from the rooftops everywhere now, is it is all a test, right? Especially if you're a creator who's just getting their feet off the ground. Not only is it all a test, but absolutely everything in your journey is content, okay? Which takes a lot of the stress out of it, because you can literally share every single moving part of your journey, of your business, what's working, what's not working, what you're testing, what you're trying, what you're learning. There's just so many different angles that you can lean into. So, if you're creating your first or next piece of content, all I recommend you do is go and hit that record button, right? Play with the functionality of the different apps that you're using and the different platforms, okay? Test different features and filters that are available. You can definitely be testing out trending sounds and things, although I don't think any of that matters. You really just want to see what works for you and your audience. And you're really just going to become a better creator by default because you're putting in those reps, okay? So that's all I really did with my IG video today. I normally record over in TikTok. I save it. I do all my edits on CapCut and captions, and then I just release it into the wild. But the way you really get rewarded as a creator on any platform is to create in platform, right? So over the coming weeks, as I dive into the meat and potatoes of the course, a lot of my new stuff is going to probably be coming from IG while I test things out. Ultimately, what's going to be even more important is what you want your content to actually do for you, right? What your message delivers, and all the other stuff is really just aesthetics and a huge time thief if you're looking at the perfection game with that part of your process. So here's my challenge to all of you today. As you create your first or next piece of content, take the pressure off of it, right? Have fun with the creation part of it. Familiarize yourself with the experience, put it to the test with your audience, gather that feedback, and then go and test again. Okay, it's the only way you can really go from being a content dummy to a content expert, right? Folks, that's all I've got for you today. Okay, I hope you take me up on that challenge. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button. Go and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll catch you all on day 15 tomorrow at the halftime mark. I hope you all have a good night, folks. Cheers for now.